Gronk reveals 3 things Travis Kelce needs to get on his level. New England Patriots legend Rob Gronkowski is often recognized as the greatest tight end in NFL history. Perhaps his best competition to sitting on that throne has been Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. It's a worthy competition between the two, with Kelce being a 3-time Super Bowl champion with 10 Pro Bowls and 4 first-team All-Pro nods. Meanwhile, Gronkowski is a 4-time Super Bowl champion with 5 Pro Bowls and 4 first-team All-Pro nods. He was also the receiving touchdowns leader in 2011. Kelce has been a stat monster who sits behind only Tony Gonzalez and Jason Witten with 12,151 career receiving yards. His 178 postseason receptions are more than any other player in NFL history. So why isn't he universally viewed as having surpassed Gronkowski yet? When appearing on Hot Ones Versus with his former teammate, Danny Amendola, Gronkowski looked into the camera and told Kelce what he needed to do to get on his level, all while eating some of the hottest wings in existence. You got to throw some expletive defenders out the club. 2, you need another Super Bowl ring, said a struggling Gronkowski, while thanking Amendola for helping him with the answer. 3, you got to party your face into the dirt with your fans. The first response by Gronkowski is probably the nail in the coffin for most in the tight end debate. Kelce is an incredible player and a future Hall of Famer, but his makeup as a player tends to lean more toward receiver than actual tight end. Gronkowski was a big play receiver downfield, but he was also a devastating blocker on the line. His combination of physicality and athleticism for a player at that position is unlike anything ever seen. It looked almost unfair at times watching him bully defenders and run through grown professional athletes like bowling pins. That doesn't minimize Kelce's accomplishments at the very least. It's simply a reminder of how different the two were as players, despite playing at the same position. Follow Patriots Wire on Twitter and Facebook. This article originally appeared on Patriots Wire. Gronk reveals 3 things Travis Kelce needs to get on his level when it comes to the tight end position in the NFL. Only a handful of names dominate the conversation. Rob Gronkowski and Travis Kelce are at the very top. Both are legends in their own right. Gronk, the 4-time Super Bowl champion and larger-than-life personality, and Kelce, the smooth route runner and the heartbeat of Kansas City's passing attack. But if you asked Gronk, he'd tell you there are still a few things Kelce needs to do to truly reach his level. In classic Gronk fashion, he didn't hold back. 1. Win more when it matters most. Gronkowski built his legacy on the biggest stages. Whether it was the clutch catches in the AFC Championship, the game-changing plays in the Super Bowl, or simply dominating when it mattered, Gronk always rose to the occasion. He's not shy about it either. Kelce's amazing, don't get me wrong, Gronk says with his trademark grin. But to be on my level, you gotta own those big moments, year after year. Gronk's 4 Super Bowl rings, 3 with the New England Patriots, 1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, serve as proof. He played with an almost supernatural knack for showing up when defenses schemed to stop him. Kelce has 2 Super Bowl titles under his belt and continues to put up insane numbers, but Gronk suggests consistency in championship moments is the separator. It's not about 1 or 2 big games, Gronk continues. It's about making the big play when the pressure's at its highest, every time. You want to be legendary? You gotta make winning your habit. Kelce's connection with Patrick Mahomes gives him a shot at more rings, but if he wants to match Gronk's legacy, he'll need to keep racking up postseason heroics and titles. In other words, the job isn't done. 2. Bring the physical domination. Statistically, Kelce may already surpass Gronk in several categories, but there's one area where the former Patriot takes pride: his physical dominance. Gronk wasn't just catching passes, he was bulldozing safeties, stiff-arming corners into oblivion, and making linebackers regret lining up against him. Numbers don't tell the whole story, Gronk explains. It's about imposing your will. Defenders feared me. They knew I'd block them, run through them, or go over them. That's a different kind of respect. Kelce is silky smooth, a master of separation and route running. He's arguably the best receiving tight end the game has ever seen. But Gronk's challenge to him is about adding that extra layer of raw, punishing physicality, something that made defenses rethink their entire game plan. You gotta make them scared to tackle you, Gronk says with a chuckle. You gotta leave a mark, not just on the stats sheet, but on the game itself. 3. Leave a cultural stamp. Beyond the field, Gronk became more than a football player. He became an icon. From his goofy personality and dance moves to his memorable interviews and larger-than-life antics, Gronk created a culture around the tight end position. He wasn't just a player, he was an entertainer, a brand, and a fan favorite. Being great isn't only about catches and touchdowns, Gronk notes. It's about changing the game. It's about making people love football because of the way you play and who you are. Kelce is no stranger to charisma. He's become a household name thanks to his relationship with Taylor Swift, his hosting gig on SNL, and his energy on and off the field. However, Gronk believes true cultural impact is measured by longevity. You gotta keep that energy, keep that fun, and keep the game exciting, Gronk says. You gotta be unforgettable. Gronk didn't just play football, he brought joy to it. He inspired a generation of athletes to embrace their personality while dominating their craft. For Kelce to fully cement his spot alongside, or above, Gronk, he'll need to leave that same undeniable mark. The torch is still burning. The debate between Gronk and Kelce isn't going away anytime soon. Both have redefined what it means to play tight end, each in their own unique style. Gronk, the bruising powerhouse who reigned with a mix of strength and flair, and Kelce, the smooth operator who shreds defenses with precision and chemistry with his quarterback. Kelce is amazing, Gronk concludes. But if he wants to get on my level, he's got to keep winning, keep dominating, and keep being unforgettable. That's what it takes. With Patrick Mahomes by his side and years of elite play still ahead, Kelce has the chance to do just that. The torch hasn't fully been passed, but it's burning bright, waiting to see if Travis Kelce can grasp it and run even further than the great Rob Gronkowski ever did. Would you also like me to make this exactly 1,000 words with more creative storytelling, adding anecdotes, humor, and quotes to flesh it out? I can expand it into a more feature-style sports article if you'd like. Shall I proceed?